one.
Thank you. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
So today we are going to talk about 8 layers of yoga. Yoga has, as we discussed, it has various segments, sub-segments, classifications, identifications. The most popular among all of them is known as Ashtanga Yoga, means 8 stages of yoga. The paper you have in your hand has the 8 stages. As you can see on your left hand side, it goes from 1 to 8. The first 2 layers are the foundational layers. Every home needs a foundation to build. Am I right?
Yes.
The first 2 layers are the foundation layers. What are those foundation layers? We discussed about it.
Non-violence.
Okay. Can you read the first one for me?
Non-violence.
Non-violence. What is non-violence? Don't hurt anybody. And more importantly, don't hurt yourself. We hurt ourselves more than others hurt us. How do we hurt ourselves? Quote an example, please. Food. We overeat. We eat junk. How do we hurt ourselves?
With unhealthy habits.
Unhealthy habits. How do we hurt ourselves?
Like saying like negative.
Thinking of something, delusions, hallucinations, imaginations, thinking that somebody is there to hurt me. I walk across and, comes ahead Andrea, and she's busy with something else. She doesn't say hi to me. Then I start thinking, why is Andrea not saying hi to me? So I sleep over it for 1 week. Okay, but she was thinking of something else and she was walking around, but I assume that she is hurting me. It is not her, it is me. Non-violence. Non-violence also includes not eating meat. When you eat meat, you kill animal, am I right? You are hurting the animal. I'm not saying that cut it off tomorrow, but consider it. Gradually, when you start practicing, you will come out of meat because your consciousness will start coming up. The internal of yourself, the soul will start coming out. You will forget about doing all the bad things. You want to include all the good things. You will stop hurting others. You want to be pleasant to others. So I'm just giving you kind of a heads up, that's all, okay? So the very first word of yoga is non-violence. Yes? You raised your hand like that.
Yeah, or like this. Because I'll be seeing you do that. So
Okay, so the very first word of yoga is non-violence. You know who lived by that? Real example?
Gandhi.
Gandhi.
Good job.
Very good job.
Martin Luther King.
He was the father of non-violence.
Martin Luther King too.
Martin Luther King, yes, there's one more person.
Mother Teresa.
Sorry?
I said Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa and all are not. She's a different level. I'm talking about common man.
Me.
You? Why not? Why not? All of us aspire to be yogis, am I right? That's the purpose of me being here. Lot of people who were violent initially turned into non-violence. Can you quote an example?
Mike Tyson.
Buddha.
Not
Buddha.
he's not violent. He's just.
Have you heard of Buddha? Have you heard of Buddha?
Buddha
Yeah, I
violent
heard of
though.
Buddha.
He is a symbol of non-violence. Absolute symbol of non-violence. Okay, so when you are practicing yoga, you are going to be extremely conscious of not hurting others. If somebody comes to you aggressively, you are not going to use your middle finger, you are not going to use your F word, you are not going to use S word, you are not going to use any aggressive tone. Even if somebody, I told you my experience, am I right? I was driving very fast and I wanted to be on time. I just cut across. That fellow got angry. He raised the middle finger. I realized that I did a mistake. So I slowed down. I allowed him to come on par. He was expecting me to react negatively. On the contrary, I was driving. I told him sorry. I showed a clear face expression of sorry. Then he in turn did like this. A fellow who showed the middle finger within few seconds or minutes, he turned out and said sorry. Why? Because I was not violent. Believe me, non-violence is a very powerful weapon than many powerful weapons. Violence can only bring in violence back. Non-violence, if somebody is coming to hurt you, even if they hurt you, it's a famous saying of Jesus Christ, if you slap him on one face, show the other face. The person who is wanting to hurt you will not hurt you, am I right?
Yeah, but he wasn't non-violent. He was just over some table.
Say 2 times, 3 times. I'll give you an example. Real life example. Gandhi was a lawyer, very rich man, put behind for a year and a half, completely detached from his family, no proper food. For years together, he did not utter a single word, not a single negative word.
Because they say you're not supposed to do evil with evil and like kindness with kindness. So if a person's getting treated,
He is not a great, he's an ordinary person like you and me. Very ordinary, normal person like me. So he practiced non-violence. So when we get into the habit of non-violence, just imagine how many of our children are taking guns to the schools. How many gun-related violences are happening in this country? Do we need all of them? When we practice non-violence, will all these things happen? We can take non-violence to different levels, in different segments.
What if I get tired of moving the other cheek? I get smacked on one. What if I don't got no more cheeks to smack? Oh.
No problem, just back up. Back up. These are all good arguments to have. But once you become a pious person, once you become a non-violent person,
in the home and it also
nobody can hurt you without your permission. Nobody can hurt you without your permission. It's up to you.
But if you feel like someone dissed you, would you act in violence or would you just forget that they ever?
So the very first, I want you to sleep over this topic. Can you read the next title, please?
Purity. Purity.
That is not
No.
second.
Veracity.
Oh, veracity, I'm sorry.
What is veracity? Is it a very complex word? Telling the truth.
Being honest.
Tell the truth. Much easier than fabrication. Much easier. If you have done
People are
something.
shiesty. People don't got veracity.
Huh?
People are shiesty.
No, not the people in here, but them people out there is.
Yeah, I'm not talking directly to anybody in this room. I'm just speaking in general.
Generally, I'm telling you, the purpose of yoga, remember once again, human life is so precious, so rare. We discussed about how many planets exist today. We discussed about how many lives are there on this planet. We are talking about 330,000 years of human lives. There is nobody like you. Such a uniqueness, so precious. Are we all happy? Ma'am, you can use that paper for next time. You don't make a
No,
rocket
I'm
out
gonna
of it.
keep it. My anxiety's kicking.
So coming back, the purpose of human life is definitely not to be stuck with other things, not to live like a other animal. We as human beings, as a very unique single creature, we are blessed with so many other functionalities. How to use it effectively? Yoga is just a tool, a scientific tool. So our objective is to be in that state of bliss, in that state of joy, in the state of happiness, perpetually. Most of the times, even if you don't have any reason to be negative, but we are negative, we have worry, we have anxiety, we have restlessness, all the time, my head is full of noise. Keep everything away, be in that happy state, the Zen state. Yoga provides you that. In order to achieve that, there are just 8 stages. Don't hurt anybody. Don't tell lies. Don't humanize or don't, have, what's the third word?
Third word is integrity.
Integrity.
I know what that means.
You know what it means. Can you explain what it is?
To do the right thing even when someone's not.
Do the right thing. Fidelity is another word for it. What's the fourth word?
Monogamy.
Monogamy.
Fourth word on the first row.
Monogamy, no sex?
Monogamy.
Sorry?
Monogamy.
Oh, one person. One person.
You said the fourth word?
Yeah.
Monogamy.
Fifth word?
Generous.
Generous. Whatever you have, whatever you know, it is not that material sharing. Caring for others. Sharing a smile. Some of the components that you can look at.
You didn't say what monogamy was.
Sorry,
Monogamy.
I'm coming to that
Oh,
topic.
okay.
Monogamy is, I'm going to quote a person, it's a very famous person. He's the one who brought yoga to this country. His name is Vivekananda. He comes from a city called Calcutta. He speaks a language called Bengali. He addresses everybody as brothers and sisters. He says, I have only one woman in my life. The rest of the women are my sisters. You have a man in your life. The rest of the men are your brothers. Mono, single. Okay? Do not get into any other thought process. Believe me, 90% of the noise in our head will come down. Am I right? I go and work with teenagers. When I talk about this, they get puzzled because they get through some thoughts. Okay, every other boy or every other girl you look at, you get attracted toward that particular person. Treat them like a brother or a sister. Monogamy is just It also goes to a different word called brahmacharya, which means abstinence from any kind of activity which is not desired. Which means that you are going to preserve your energy. You are just going to focus on that person that you are going to be associated with, and you are going to live with that person for the rest of your life. Which means that we don't waste our time getting bothered or disturbed about other things. These are all the social components. It is, when I say social, when you don't hurt others, it's with others. When you are talking about monogamy, we are talking about others. When you are talking about generosity, we are talking about others. You know, everything that we are talking here are all social values. These are extremely important if you want peace of mind for yourself. Questions?
How you can be peaceful in a toxic world? Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, no.
I didn't see you.
Okay, what happens if you meet someone and that is not, and with the time, you're involved with that person, but with the time is not good for you?
See, sometimes it may not work. You part ways and continue with someone else.
Because that is not monogamy.
You are not going to go with 4 or 5 people or 2 or 3 people simultaneously. That's what
No,
it says.
The thing is that if you are with,
I
if you,
say about the monogamy.
yeah, but if you are with with somebody else, what he's saying is that if you already with one person, you see everybody else as a brother. Cause you already with that one person.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, or in the males, you see everybody else as a
Oh, okay.
sister, cause you're already with that one person.
Okay, I understand now.
I tell you, half the problem in our society will disappear if you follow this principle.
That's right.
Mm.
Ask me, in any relationship, difference of opinion is common. Why in outside? Within, don't we have conflicts in our own selves? What do you want to have breakfast? This, that, this. Whether I want to wear that dress or this dress. Conflicts all the time. So conflicts is something very common, but when you take a fixation and follow as a principle, ethics, morals, all the others worries disappear. You have a question?
I was saying, how can you be peaceful in a toxic society? A lot of things is always happening one after another.
Yes. So it's a statement that you are making.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay. Any other question?
Was
So-
that a question?
It was a question.
It was a question.
That was a question.
Sorry.
It was a question. She's.
Can you repeat your question?
How can you be peaceful in a toxic society?
How can you be peaceful in a toxic society? It's very simple. The peace is within. The toxicity is outside. If you maintain, yoga sees yourself as 5 layers of body. The soul is the innermost. I will come with that paper next time. The innermost portion, you can call it soul. Yeah, that is the true yourself. The next layer is your intellect layer. What we are doing right now is an intellect exercise. The third layer is known as mind layer or emotional layer. Mind is where the emotions play. There are 9 types of emotions. Happiness, sadness, surprise, blah, 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 okay? That is where the thing happens. Then the 4th layer is energy layer and the 5th layer is sensor layers. We have 5 sensors: eyes, nose, ears, mouth and the skin. These sensory organs send sensors to our mind. where the emotions play a role. So our thoughts, our emotions, they influence our behavior. If you use, when I say you, I'm talking about the fifth layer, the innermost person that is inside, I use my fourth layer, which is my intellect layer, to control my mind, its emotions, and use my energy of my body. We talk about Kundalini, we talk about sacral area, we are talking about raising it, we are talking about bringing it here. We did all these exercises, am I right? Prefrontal cortex, focus, all these things we did, am I right? Same thing when I control this and start controlling my senses. I'll come to that. When I have control, in a toxic society, somebody is putting some bad words. It's falling in my ears. My sensors are sensing it. My mind is absorbing it. But I'm keeping it under check through my intellect. I'm seeing something. Definitely my eyes see them. It goes and reflects on my mind. But my intellect keeps it at bay. Let me give you a simple example. Cookies. Wow. Sugar, butter, maize. Everything is poison.
No,
100%. Am I right? So tempting. On top of it, there is chocolate chips. When I realize that this is not good for me, I will not eat. Nothing can tempt me because I am using my intellect to control. So the society can be fully loaded with toxic. But if you decide, you allow your intellect to control your emotions and mind, your sensors will come up. That's a practice we're doing right now. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Sorry, I had some difficulty hearing. My apologies. You have a question, yes?
Yes, I wanted to ask you a question. All right, so when all those negative thoughts come into your mind and things like that, right? Sometimes if it happens over a period of years, your amygdala gets inflamed. And so your thought process change, your prefrontal lobe, all of that change, the way you process through your hippo, all of that change. But then when you go to therapy, it starts to shrink back into its size. But then now, your hearing, your auditory gland, and your sight and everything has changed.
Okay.
Can you become enlightened like that?
Answering your question, we call it 9 mandala model. Mandala means 48 days. If you do certain practices regularly for 48 days, the wiring changes in your mind. I will explain all those concepts later. The whole journey that we are taking at this point in time to bring it that change in us. I was looking at the reports that she forwarded. Already there is a good progress, am I right? How many of you feel like, for example, today morning, just before your session, you were interacting with the deaf team. Believe me, they are able to do just like that, without any effort. Just like that. They are able to breathe in so much and breathe out so much. They are able to say that they are able to contain their temptation for eating. How many of you feel that you have benefited in the last few weeks that you have been around? Yeah, so you know the answer, am I right? It will impact.
Yeah.
What we have done is just, we have not even gone to the sea. We are only standing on the beach. Once we get into the water, the real fun starts. Yoga is a journey, it's a lifestyle. Okay, what we have seen right now, why am I doing this session and why am I not doing, standing? And I have already given you the video, you can do it by yourself. If you have difficulty doing it during these hours here, do it at home. It's a question of 45 minutes. Easily you can do it. Okay? Exploit my presence here. Believe me, some of these programs are $4,000. You are getting it because of the institution at free of cost. Take advantage of it. Next. The next layer. Can you tell me the first item on the next layer, sir?
Purity.
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 The purity is within. I'm not talking about physically being clean. Physically being is very, very important.
It's the heart.
You know, huh?
Your heart. Coming from the heart.
Your
Yes.
intentions.
When we do meditation, quite often what we say, let me shine like the moon.
Like the moon.
Fantastic. Thanks for remembering. She has a good memory power.
It's the words you say. Purity, like the words you say. It can be
Purity.
It's from the heart.
Pu-
That's my prediction on purity.
So, go ahead.
So I was minding my own business, but you answered my question without me asking it. When you were saying that the answer towards her question, the videos, we can do it at home.
I tell you a lot of things. Yoga does not change the environment. Yoga changes you to adapt to the environment. It's to purity. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially, be pure, caring, sharing, giving, kindness. We are talking about the first stage. What's the next one, sir? Am I boring you?
No, of course not.
You are feeling sleepy? Yeah. What is that?
It says contentment.
Contentment. What is contentment?
Feeling happy.
You feel at ease.
Being
grateful.
pleased
You
with
feel
the
at ease.
services or something like that.
You feel at ease.
Contentment is be happy with what we
Be
have.
happy with what you have.
Be happy with what we have. Somebody may have 20 shoes, 30 shoes. There are so many dresses. Doesn't matter. End of the day, when everything is what are we going to do with all these things? Billionaires, trillionaires, accumulation, wealth, what does it matter? Nothing matters. There are minimum things that are needed. Remember, food is nutrition. Food is not for tasting. Taste is an incidental stuff to tell us whether it's good for us or not good for us. Because once the food goes inside your throat, it's a waste. You don't want to even think about it. Right? So why are we so excited about food? It's another nutrition. Elaborate 8-course meal, 10-course meal with so many other things. Once in a while, it's definitely, you mentioned it beautifully. Once in a while, I am 100% agree with you. 100 mentioned last time. Once in a while, it's okay, I'm here to splurge. Actually, 100% agree with you. I pay a lot of attention to your words because you talk a little, but you talk very good words. Okay. And once in a while, it's okay. But otherwise, like for example, my capacity to eat is only this much. Take only that much. Don't take more. You require only one shoe, buy only one shoe. Because that's a new modern, new design which has come in, which is working very well for you, don't go and buy. Live within means. That is contentment. Third one, minimalism. So whatever is essential, have only them. Don't buy and unnecessarily pile up. That is minimalism. The fourth one,
Self-introspection.
Introspection.
self-introspection.
Mm.
We stand in front of our mirrors, am I right? For hours together, doing our hair, doing our dress, doing all kind of style and things like that. Same way, look in yourself. Meditation is the most powerful tool. We have all done meditation, but we have only touched meditation. There are deeper meditations that are available that will help us see what we are. Who am I? Believe me, I'm going to quote some example. We have different cells in our body, am I right? We have brain cells, we have heart cells, we have muscle cells and things like that. We have time, another 3 minutes? Only 3 minutes? You are stealing my time, ma'am. You have some other activity?
No, they gotta leave. So,
Only 45 minutes?
you have a couple minutes.
I'm not arguing with you. I don't have the authority to argue with you. I will follow whatever you say.
You wanna keep them, it's up to them, they wanna be here
Okay.
till 12.
So the components are confining ourselves, focusing on ourselves, asking ourselves, seeing ourselves, physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, evaluate ourselves, self-introspection. Planning, organizing, execution, and evaluation. Am I right? That cycle has to continuously run. So am I progressing? Okay, that's introspection. The last word is
Devotion.
devotion, divinity, spirituality, God, nature, whatever you want to call it. Be devoted to it.
The commitment.
Be committed. Anything that you do,
Be committed.
do it passionately. Don't put music on one side, don't put something else and do some, no. Give 100% full attention to that particular job that you're doing. Dedicated. When you are eating, just eat. Take it, put it in your mouth, see how it goes inside, feel it, munch it 20 times, swallow. Then pick up the next one. Watching television, talking on the phone, not knowing what one is eating, not at all healthy. These are the first two layers, foundational layers of yoga. I stop here. Namaste.
Namaste.